Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON at Channel 9, where every local story starts here. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and our lead story of the day, a pedestrian was hit by a vehicle last night around 6 p.m. The incident occurred near the corner of River Drive and Estill Avenue in Irvin, and that caused the roadway to be closed for a few hours while Irvin Police Department and the Kentucky State Police Reconstructionist teams investigated the accident. Traffic was rerouted to Broadway and Old Pike while the investigation was ongoing. The pedestrian has been identified as Andrew Stepp of Irvin, approximately 40 years of age, with no physical address of record. According to Irvin Police Chief John Sterniolo, Stepp was transported to the UK hospital last night with severe head trauma and other possible injuries. The male driver of the vehicle has not been identified at this time, and of course WBON will be following that case for any new developments. Well, with so much talk about the new sales tax going into effect in the new year on many things, including utilities, there's been lots of calls and questions about how the new taxes will impact customers of Richmond Utilities. Scott Althauser, manager of the Richmond Utilities, reminds customers that if they only have one account, and that is your home or domicile, you do not need to take any action at this time. No sales tax will apply to you. Althauser said single account domiciles probably comprise the majority of all Richmond Utilities customers, and these existing customers are already exempt. The residential application process for new accounts starting January 1st, 2023 and forward will include the sales tax exemption forms for review. The sales tax exemption does affect existing multiple account holders like landlords, but Althauser adds that there are multiple and various requirements to receive the exemption, and there is no deadline to apply. These are the customers we need to hear from and to speak to, Althauser said. There are also no new exemptions for small businesses or commercial accounts. The new exemption only apply to residential accounts. For more information and frequently asked questions regarding the new sales tax, check out the link in the story up now on our website at WBONTV.com. Well, the Kentucky Supreme Court ruled today that a school choice program that would have provided dollar-for-dollar tax credits to those donating money for non-public school tuition is unconstitutional. In a unanimous opinion, the court's 7 justices cited a section of the Kentucky Constitution that prohibits the state from raising funds for non-public schools. Simply put, the justices wrote the school choice program puts the Commonwealth in the business of raising sums for education other than in common or public schools. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron, an advocate of the program, said, "We're saddened but the parents across the Commonwealth won't be able to use the needs-based funding provided by the Kentucky Education Opportunity Account program to expand learning opportunities for their children." He said the following ruling, "Our office is committed to helping ensure the best educational opportunity for every child." Opponents applauded the ruling while the state's advocates promised to continue the fight for equal education opportunities for Kentucky's school children. Well, the Garrett County Animal Shelter says they are in desperate need of adopters or rescuers. In a post on their social pages today, the shelter says they have 3 owner surrenders coming in today, which will leave them with no kennels open at all. And this puts the dogs in danger of being euthanized. The shelter staff says they are wishing for a Christmas miracle. If you can help in any way, please visit their Facebook page where a link to all adoptable dogs are available at the Garrett County Animal Shelter. Well, a minor mishap at the Bluegrass Airport this afternoon has had all flights, departures, and arrivals delayed. Bluegrass Airport officials state a small private aircraft's landing gear collapsed when it landed on the main runway. No injuries are reported, but until that plane is moved out of the way, no planes can take off or land in the main runway. That was just earlier, and the air traffic to the airport is expected to resume soon. Well, the Bluegrass Army Depot is still in the process of eliminating their chemical weapons stockpile. WBON-TV's Lindsay Reed attended a meeting at EKU's Perkins building where they discussed the final phases.
On December 14th, Kentucky Chemical Demilitarization Citizens Advisory Commission and Chemical Destruction Community Advisory Board held a meeting in regards to the chemical agent destruction at the Bluegrass Army Depot. The Bluegrass Army Depot in Richmond, Kentucky was established in 1941 and began operations in 1942 as an ammunition and general supplies storage depot. This Army Depot is one of the 2 Army installations in the United States that currently stores chemical weapons. Destroying U.S. military chemical weapons at the Bluegrass Army Depot began on June 7, 2019 in the Bluegrass Chemical Agent Destruction Pilot Plant. As of December 9, 2022, the plant has destroyed more than 62% of their chemical stockpile, making that a total of more than 325 tons of chemical agent. In the meeting, it was proposed to have the entire chemical weapons stockpile to reach 100% destruction by the end of 2023. As of now, approximately 140 rockets are destroyed each day. The M55 rockets containing the chemical agents are emptied and will be stored for later processing in a static detonation chamber unit. During the closure phase, the 1,600 employees associated with the project will be released from the assignment and begin looking for their next employment opportunities. Craig Williams, co-chair of the Chemical Destruction Community Advisory Board, spoke during the meeting expressing enthusiasm regarding the remaining DMIL projects at the Bluegrass Chemical Agent Destruction Pilot Plant.
It's safe to say, from my perspective now, we finally have all of the team members that we need in order to really move forward with some substantive plans and opportunities now that the cabinet's joined in full force.
Upcoming meetings regarding the destruction of the chemical agents at the Bluegrass Army Depot have been scheduled in 2023, beginning on Wednesday, March 1st of 2023, Wednesday, June 7th, Wednesday, September 6th, and lastly on Wednesday, December 6th of 2023. I'm Lindsay Reed with WBON TV, and stay tuned for more news coverage.
Thanks, Lindsay, for that story. Lots of information there. Well, the Richmond Parks and Rec have announced their winners for the 2022 Christmas Parade. The staff would like to thank all the entries for their hard work on their float displays. First off is the Best Business Float Award, which went to Jerry Goebel, State Farm. Second, we have the Best Civic Float Award, which goes to the Cub Scout Pack 401. The runner-up Recognition Award goes to Klein Construction and the McSaddle Club. And last but certainly not least, it's Best Overall Float Award, which goes to the Eastside Church Float. Parks and Rec wants to thank everyone for participating, and Merry Christmas to you. With that, we're going to take a quick break. We've got weather. How about some sports? How about some more news right here, live at 5.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Roll Tribe.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program works to protect our waterways from pollution and to help citizens with stormwater runoff and flooding. Stormwater is the rain and snow that runs off rooftops, roads, sidewalks, and other surfaces that cannot absorb water, which affects water quality. The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program is dedicated to helping its citizens understand what stormwater is and its impacts on our watersheds and waterways. For more info, info, visit buildrichmondky.com and click on the Stormwater tab.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Hi, I'm John Leeds, owner-operator of Leeds Fine Jewelry, 108 East Main Street, downtown Richmond, Kentucky. 30% off sale this Christmas. First item is at regular price, your second item is at 30% off, and with every purchase you get a coupon for your next item with 30% off. This year we're offering diamond studs at ridiculous basement prices. We've got silver Kentucky agates and gold jewelry with Kentucky agates. This holiday season, store hours are Monday through Saturday. We can handle any repair work you need done. Merry Christmas from Leeds Fine Jewelry.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. I was pleasantly surprised with how great the weather was today. Got out and ran some errands. No jacket needed. It was absolutely beautiful out there today. We've got meteorologist Todd Nelson. He's in the weather studio. What can we say? Are we going to have more of the same, or has got some changes coming?
Thanks, Gwendolyn, and welcome back to the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Weather Center. It was a very wet day yesterday. In fact, some spots close to home picking up close to 1.5 inches of rain, all from a very large and potent storm system responsible for blizzard conditions across the far north and then deadly tornadoes in the deep south. That storm system again shifting east during the day today. A few peaks of sunshine for us, but now that precipitation is heading into the northeast and it will create heavy snow and icing concerns in those particular areas. So for this evening, again, partly to mostly cloudy. We may have a few sprinkles as we get closer to midnight tonight. Temperatures are going to be a little bit on the cooler side over the next few days. So again, we may have some sprinkles tonight. Friday night, early Saturday morning, a couple of flurries, and then maybe again on a Saturday night. But during the day, things are looking generally dry and certainly much cooler. So a little bit on the breezy side tomorrow. As I mentioned, a few flurries possible Friday night, not really adding up to much, but don't be surprised if you see that. Here comes that sprinkle, maybe even a flurry here and there tonight, early tomorrow morning. Some sunshine, a little bit breezy on Friday, and then the clouds will be filling back in Friday night, early Saturday morning. So we're going to wake up to temps right around the freezing mark, a little closer to where we should be for this time of the year. Out ahead of that storm over the last few days, it has been fairly warm. Southwesterly winds gusting up close to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour, and temperatures will be topping out into the 40s. Again, a mix of clouds and sun with clouds filling in later in the day. Temperature-wise, around the low to mid 40 mark, and that will be cooler than average, but Saturday morning even colder, down into the 20s, and then Saturday's daytime highs cooler yet, 30s for daytime highs. So Gwendolyn, as we look out into next week, it will be cooler with a little bit better chance of snow as we head into Thursday.
Thanks, Todd. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, a Laurel County juvenile identified as 17-year-old Landon Wagers was reported missing as of yesterday, the 14th. He was last seen around 1:30 p.m. off Keavy Road, south of London. Described as a white male, around 5 foot 7 inches tall, with dark blonde hair. He has a thin build and usually wears a backwards hat. If anyone has any information about the whereabouts of Wagers, they are asked to please contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office. That's 606-864-6600, or you can also call 606-878-7000. Some of you may wonder what items you may need during the winter cold when this weather gets dangerous. Dawson Rule is back with his weekly segment to talk about what to bring and what to have to be home when traveling during the winter.
Welcome back. Dawson's Rules for Life has officially returned for the winter season. Now that school's over, expect some great informational segments that can deal with anything. Hey, speaking of it being the winter season, how about we kick the series off again with a winter-themed edition of Dawson's Rules for Life? With it being much colder lately and it getting darker earlier, the wintertime can be more dangerous and hectic to get through. Temperatures getting colder as we approach Christmas time and the New Year. It's important to be prepared for anything that could happen, whether it be while traveling or while in your home. First, let's go over some car essentials for having in case you get stuck out in the snow or ice. An important item to start out with is an emergency first aid kit with bandages and other helpful items like hydrogen peroxide or healing cream. The kit will also need various wraps and some small flashlights. Other needed items in your car for winter are expandable shovels, a toolkit, a bunch of rope, and even a sharp tool that could cut through seat belts. Some people like myself even carry a small sharp piece of titanium to bust out the window if the emergency calls for it. Alcohol wipes are also recommended. And you cannot forget jumper cables. When you need them most is when you usually don't have them. So always keep a pair to yourself or to help somebody else who may not have a set in their car, because no one wants to be stranded in a cold, freezing car with no way of starting it up. It's not only important to have these items in your car, it's also important to have stuff at your house for snowstorms. Now, generators are the number one thing most people have in case the power goes out due to ice or snow. But these other items are important too. Extra phone chargers, all kinds of batteries, high-calorie non-perishable foods, extra blankets, flares, and a canister for gas are all important items to have on standby in the event of a winter snowstorm emergency. The key is to not get caught off guard and not already have these items in your home. Now, depending on if you're traveling, you may want to pack extra warm blankets and have many layers of winter clothing just in case. An extra tip for those drivers who are always out during the winter season, it's always smart to keep an extra pair of long pants, gloves, socks, a winter coat, toboggan, and a few extra shirts in your car. You don't want to get caught out in a cold situation without extra insulation and warmth from the cold sleet, snow, rain, or ice. Now, around Kentucky, some winters are much worse than others, so always be tuned into your local weather stations for instructions on what to grab and for how long to have it for. The good news is we have a local meteorologist right here to bring you up-to-date weather updates every day on the Live at 5 Newscast. Now, the key to being safe and enjoying the winter months is to first be prepared and knowledgeable about how your winters are in the area and how to safely travel on the roads, which can be much more dangerous during the winter than at-home incidents. There's always wrecks or people who get stuck out in the cold. So to avoid those kinds of accidents, always be prepared and ready. I hope you learned a thing or two today about what to have and what to prepare for when the harsh winter months come. And yes, they're approaching fast. So stay tuned, because next week we'll have some more unique and diverse topics, which will be fun to discuss. Until then, always remember what you learned on this edition of Dawson's Rules for Life.
Thanks, Dawson, for that story. We're going to take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. We finally got Michael Watkins back. He's here with sports right after this.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Man Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Truck Town, USA.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your hosts Samantha Burford and Michael Watkins as they break down, recap, and preview sports news in our area. Each Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON TV Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Welcome back to Live at 5. It's rivalry night at Central tonight as Madison Southern Eagles girls and the Lady Indians of Central face off again in this district matchup. With more on this legendary duel of the schools, here's Michael Watkins with sports.
Tonight on WBON TV in Richmond, we've got an early season showdown between the two big rivals as Madison Central hosts Madison Southern in girls basketball action. Both teams came out of the gate red hot to start the season, with Central going 4-0 to start the year and Southern going 6-0 in their first 6 games. However, both teams are coming off a loss in their most recent game earlier this week. Both teams coming into the year had high expectations, ranked in the top 5 in the 11th region. Each team also had a player ranked in the top 10 in the region and a lot of young players who were expected to have big years as well. Since 2019, this has really been a one-sided rivalry, with Madison Southern winning 5 of the last 6 meetings dating back to the district championship game in 2019. The Lady Eagles have also won 3 straight in the rivalry, including a 40-32 win in their only meeting last year, which was also in December. Hadley French led the way for the Lady Eagles in that game, going for 12 points, while Tara Wooten added 5 points for Madison Southern. In that meeting last year, Madison Central didn't have anyone in double digits, but Brittany Campbell and Natea Strader each scored 7 points in the loss. The biggest difference in this year's matchup might be the experience in the game itself. When you play your rival, there is always a little bit of more added pressure. Although Southern has won the majority of the games recently, a lot of those players that helped win those games have moved on. On the other side, however, every player except for one from Madison Central is back from last season. And after only scoring 5 points in this matchup last year, I would expect a much better performance from Bailey Hensley, who comes into tonight averaging basically 16 points and 7 rebounds per game. For Southern, their top 2 scorers on the season, Hadley French and Lacey Sandlin, are both just freshmen and have been superb to start the year. The Lady Eagles have been super balanced as well through their first 7 games, with 4 players averaging at least 8 points per contest, including Bella Moberly, who is bringing in over 9 points and almost 8 rebounds a night. Our coverage of this big 44th District in-county rivalry will go live at 7 o'clock tonight on WBON TV Channel 9 and the WBON TV Roku channel, and streaming on our Facebook page. We will also be live tomorrow night as the same 2 schools meet in boys action. We'll preview that game and recap tonight's matchup on tomorrow's newscast with today's Bill Morgan Tire Company Sports Update. And for WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael. Looks like a couple of great games the next couple of nights. Well, we're going to take one last break. Be right back. More news coming up here live at 5 after this break.
WBON TV 9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV 9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV 9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's new and first TV channel, available on Channel 9.1 over the air, Spectrum Channel 712, and on Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Crystal Broadband. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we value our patient relationships, making it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. We offer patients single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from implants, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. For your next dental appointment and for more details on lip filler and Dysport specials, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
Looking for some fun? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Grill has you covered every Tuesday starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Welcome back to Live at 5. If you're planning on traveling the Mountain Parkway tomorrow, be advised a traffic lane switch on the Mountain Parkway will be in effect beginning December the 16th to accommodate construction work to widen the parkway in Magoffin County about 8 miles west of Salyersville. Mountain Parkway traffic lanes between markers 64.7 and 65.6 will shift for a short stretch to allow for bridge work. Motorists may encounter temporary delays and should watch for flaggers. Motorists are encouraged to slow down and drive with awareness in all work zones. Well, the Kentucky State Police Foundation is offering the public a chance to own this classic 1990 Chevy 454 SS pickup truck that was once owned and restored by Kentucky State Police fallen trooper Cameron Ponder. The family of Ponder graciously donated the truck to KSPF to raise funds for the new driver training skills pad that will be located at the KSP Training Academy in Frankfort. The 1990 Chevy 454 SS truck is equipped with the original rebuilt stock 454 motor and GM 400 transmission. Performance add-ons include headers with dual exhaust complete with March belt systems, modern serpentine belt, new 4-core aluminum radiator, updated lights, and all new Monroe shocks. The truck's interior is original. Cameron spotted the truck in a parking lot with a for sale sign in the window and decided to purchase it. Cameron's stepfather, Alan Tiffany, said Ponder had a way of finding the potential in things, and this truck was the project he was excited to take on. Cameron lost his life in 2015 in the line of duty during a routine traffic stop while trying to render aid to a stranded family. You can find out more about this truck on our website, including how you can register. Thanks so much for joining us today. We'll be right back here tomorrow. Looks like we got a couple of games to watch over the next couple of days. I'll see you guys tomorrow live at 5.